Minister, the late Raila Amolo Odinga, counties should be taking up more functions. In fact, he was proposing that education should be a fully devolved function. But now we are seeing that some counties are unable to even handle the little that they've already been given. Garbage collection, surely. Don't you think that this, 15 years later, we're just saying, okay, fine, devolution was not really a good plan?
I don't think if we would go that direction of saying it's not a good plan just because pockets of leaders are unable to perform their functions. But why I was laughing when my brother here, Kinyanjui, was talking, I know he was very instrumental during Uhuru's regime or leadership. And I don't remember him coming out and fighting NMS.
No. Let me be clear. I filed the court case. The case went before the Honorable Justice Mrima. He froze that NMS nonsense. He froze. I was hunted like a deer. Honestly, that I should withdraw that case. I declined and I refused. That case was taken forcibly from me. And the lawyer who took it, within a space of 10 minutes, he had withdrawn it.
Oh, it was taken from you and immediately withdrawn?
Absolutely. Anybody who wants the evidence, the court records are there. Okay. I was at the forefront saying that this is a mongrel. These are shenanigans we should not allow in our country. But moreover, just to answer you, to extricate myself from the trap in which you have thrown me into, without giving me the benefit of the doubt. Look, I was able to ask the MCAs, you are the ones supposed to control the finances of the Nairobi City County, not the NMS. Did I get support?
All right.
We didn't hear you push so much.
It was in the public domain.
Okay.
Maybe you're the one who never read it.
I never saw that, but I knew for sure you are very close with the former president. That was just a by the way. But then when you look at this whole governance dynamics that is now being brought with this new collaboration or partnership agreement, I think fair enough, it is anchored on law. So we can't say that in its entirety it's a bad thing. Let's all agree. And again, to support my brother Susion, is that this is going to put Nairobi on a competitive globally map. That yes, their services are being rendered. Nairobi is now a clean city.
You're defending it?
No, I'm not defending. Let's call a spade what it is. We are all the whole idea of Sakaja seeking support from the president is for service delivery, to improve service delivery.
At least it's provided for in the law.
Yes, it's provided for. And if that can happen, then you and I would be happy to work in a cleaner Nairobi.
But it is provided for in instances of failure.
In instances of failure.
Yes.
That is also true.
But the failure has to be tabled before the county assembly.
I said that even in my initial remarks, that he did wrong by not even involving the county assembly. I had already said
so
that.
He pulled the cart before the horse.
Before the horse.
Yes.
Yes. And I think Sakaja chewed more than he could bite.
So it invalidates it.
Yes.
So there's nothing to be enforced.
Yes,
so,
I
think no, just a second. It is my
let her finish. Let her finish. Yeah. I thought you had finished, actually.
No. So you had asked me something to do with devolution, and if we need to regret having pursued this path. If you look at...
Especially for Nairobi.
For Nairobi. I think largely it is about the leadership of Nairobi. It's got really nothing, because we have equalization fund. Nairobi gets money as municipalities. Yeah?
2 out of 3 governors have had to go back to State House.
It's all boils down to leadership. If you bring, some leaders that do not even merit being nursery school teachers, then you want them to lead Nairobi. They've never led anything. What do you expect? What sincerely do you expect? Tell me where Sakaja had worked before and say he managed this institution well, so we can...
But why is it not happening in Nakuru? Why is it not happening in Kisumu? Why is it not happening in Mombasa, especially? Those are cities as well.
But because
it is the last
about leadership.
It is the last.
So there are better leaders. There are better leaders.
Absolutely, there are better leaders. We saw. After they impeached Sonko the other time, and then there's the lady who came in as a governor. We didn't see her being impeached. Why? She tried what she could. Kidero was there. No, Kidero was there. Kidero did what she could. But the bottom line is, let us elect leaders who merit the positions. Even today, there are those people who purport to say they want to be the president of this country. Can we look at them? Can we vet them? What is your leadership track? Don't just put people in leadership and then tomorrow you start, because you wanted a psychopath, then tomorrow you start blaming them for service delivery.
Simply because it's provided for in the law does not make it right. It is only in cases of failure that we actually come back to the law in this way.
That's a wrong approach to the whole of this debate. Let us not reduce this debate to leaders and leadership.
But why not?
I don't think that is.
Isn't that the whole point?
I don't think that is a
governance?
fundamental philosophy. Let us not discuss the governance of Nairobi here. Let us not.
What else are we discussing, Bwana Sossion?
No. Let's discuss the agreement. And
the agreement is after the fact.
Fred, for me, I'll restrain myself.
But that is not my question.
I think he's afraid. I think he's afraid of being viewed and seen to attack the president.
I'm not afraid.
Bwana Sossion, I asked the questions. We are not discussing the deal or the good things that the deal could come up with. We're discussing what took us to that point. That 2 out of 3 governors in Nairobi. We've had Governor Kidero. He did not have to go back to State House to cede some functions. It happened with Governor Sonko.
But what happened?
It happened with Governor Sonko. It is now happening with Governor Sakaja. We agree that the quality of leadership in Nairobi seems to be taking us to that direction, however much it's provided for in the law. That's what we are discussing now.
These are my views. I think I'll restrain myself from looking at the failures and strength of leaders in the county government of Nairobi. I would look at the city very fundamentally as a critical destination that a lot has to be done, and county governments cannot do all that alone. If you look at the framework of the agreement, and of course when you talk of the county assembly members were not involved, they were all in State House witnessing the signing of the
witness how about
they were all
the enactment of it?
If you're an elected
framing of it,
if you're an elected leader and you know you are not part of that agreement, you cannot sit and preside over the signing.
They're now calling for his impeachment.
And I think Fred, business cartels, it's about controlling money. It's about controlling business. And I think it is time we remove the operations of Nairobi County and even particularly the framework, the role that the national government will be playing. Let's remove it from business contestations and interest, which of course my learned
Should we totally rethink the governance of Nairobi?
No.
Remove it from the devolution structure?
This agreement was voluntarily signed and negotiated. I don't see what we are discussing here. And if it is about upgrading the infrastructure of the city, right from sewerage to water supply, lightings, roads. It is what the people of Nairobi need. We need to modernize the city. The population of the city has grown beyond. Even when you talk of schools, they're inadequate.
Hence my question.
Nairobi has become
removing Nairobi from the management as a county?
Nairobi has become a dungeon of suffering for the residents of Nairobi. And this urgent program that needs to be done cannot be postponed.
Have you read that agreement?
Cannot be postponed.
Bwana Sossion,
cannot be postponed.
Should we rethink the management of Nairobi, remove it from the list of counties, and probably have a different structure?
Yes, we should.
But it's provided for.
We should.
It is provided for.
He's unable to execute his mandate.
I can tell you, Fred, I've traveled all over the world and I've seen the structure of how cities are run. The management is completely different and the services are top-notch. That is what this agreement seeks to bring.
All right.
To ensure that you get into Nairobi complete with decent transport, both road, rail circuits, and
Fred,
with modern infrastructure.
What do you have the urban areas and cities?
Why are we arguing about?
I have it open.
Before you do that,
we should take the management of Nairobi and the city
that is what he
out of the control of business cartel.
Let him break it down for you.
All this is business.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Let him break it down.
Let's tell us.
All this is business control.
It's
not about making Nairobi.
What you're saying is in law.
So
we're looking at Section 13, Rachel. We're looking at Section 13 of the Urban Areas and Cities Act, and this is on boards of cities.
Yes.
A board of a city shall consist of not more than 11 members, 6 of whom shall be appointed through a competitive process by the county executive committee, with the approval of the county assembly. So,
the management, the running.
I wanted to tell him. Nairobi,
it's already provided for.
It's not being managed like the county. It's not being managed like Kericho.
But it's provided for already.
It's provided for.
And they have a board.
Which one?
They should have a board. So they have.
Excuse me? has it ever actually had the competitive? Who from
I
the
don't know
resident
who
associations?
who appointed them, but I know Nairobi has.
No,
a
it doesn't have any board. The public service board is different from the management
that I know.
board.
That I know.
These under the Urban Areas and Cities Act has never been, because like I said, this governor and they who run the cities of Kisumu, Mombasa, and Nakuru want to still feel they have control. Now, Section 13 of the Urban Areas and Cities Act elaborately states who those 11 members should be from the Law Society, from the professional bodies of the Architecture Association, the surveyors, and including now the people now who should be the professionals there. But these are the people who should be in that board, led by a county manager. Now, the county manager, under this act and under the Constitution, holds more power, as it were, than the governor. They don't want that. And that's why they have buried it.
All right.
Yeah, you are breaking down for him.
Well, it's provided for in the law.
Yes.
Probably that is what, and you're saying, Wakili, that most of the cities have not.
Not most, all.
They've not effected this.
They've not effected it. And then you hear lamentations. Oh, you know, our roads are not being constructed properly. Oh, we have garbage running about. Because the law is not being followed. The president never demanded and cannot demand. And I don't think, even in the wildest dreams of any Nairobian, will never demand that there be a county management board. Because he will have no control. Right. And there are no these cartels. Yes.
Instead,
this is a
go
cloak.
for the shortcuts.
Absolutely.
And go back to the national
And
government.
it's all illegal.
Instead of effecting what is provided for in the urban areas and cities.
You nailed it.
Okay. All right. So that's a big discussion on what's happening in Nairobi and whether or not it's right. Does it look like what they say it is? Does it mirror what happened with the NMS? The insistence by the governor is that no, the county is yet to cede any functions to the national government. Many people disagree. Who's fooling who? That's the front page of the Standard. And on the Daily Nation, they talk about the fact that MCAs of Nairobi County Assembly now want to impeach the governor of Nairobi based on this new development. Let's hold that discussion there. Of course, it is a discussion that will continue, and you can continue interacting with us on the same through our social media pages. Let's move to some politics.